Hello, I'm Emma Hammett from firstaidforpets.net. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to examine your pet and how to recognise quickly that there is something seriously wrong. So it's really important that you have a nice, calm time where you are bonding with your pet and you are regularly examining them. So for them, they'll just feel like you're stroking them and you're being very loving towards them. But for you, you are double checking that everything is as it should be and knowing exactly what the normal signs are for your pet. So you would start with their head and you're systematically going down the whole of their body, down to their tail and their hind legs, to check that everything is as it should be and establish a baseline that you can manage against. So you start with their head, go down, you're going to feel their ears, check that there's nothing stuck behind their ears, check that there's no discharge coming out of their ears, so check that they're clean and as they should be. Work your way around, be a little bit careful with their eyes. Dogs don't like you looking into their eyes, so you will need to look into their eyes at some point, but you might need to wait for a few weeks and just build up that trust until you start doing that. So you want them to feel comfortable and not the least bit alarmed about what you're doing. So what you want to be able to do is to very swiftly spot if there's any abnormalities or anything strange going on, so you can get them to the vet quickly. And that way you'll give them every possible chance of the best possible recovery of anything you may find. So, normal range for vital signs. Temperature for a dog is between 38 degrees and 39.3 degrees centigrade. Respiratory rate is between 10 and 30 respiratory breaths per minute. So between 10 and 30 breaths per minute. And your pulse rate, or the pulse rate for your dog, is between 60 and 140 beats per minute. And smaller dogs tend to have faster heartbeats. You need to be doing this at a nice calm time. So obviously if you're taking your pet's pulse and they've been dashing to catch a rabbit, then their pulse will be faster. Now you can either take their heartbeat by feeling their heart, or if you go to their femoral, so their thigh, and you put your hands just inside their back thigh and you pinch. So you want to do it that way round so that you're putting over their thigh and you're just using these fingers. Don't use your thumb because otherwise you'll be taking your own pulse because your thumb has got a pulse in it. And just feel like that in their inner thigh and you'll be able to palpate their heartbeat there. That's one of the easiest places to find it. You need to push quite firmly. Taking your pet's temperature, you need to get an ordinary digital or a rectal thermometer. You put a little bit of olive oil in it and you just insert it into your pet's anus and you hold it against the inner part of their anus, and you need to, well, it's easiest done when they're lying down. But if they're standing, you need to make sure you use your free hand to support their stomach so they don't sit down, because obviously that could cause injury. There's a whole video on how to take your pet's temperature on my YouTube channel on First Aid for Life. Just be careful when you're taking the femoral pulse. It can be quite difficult if you've got a little bit of a chubbier pet. So you might find it easier to listen to their heartbeat rather than to palpate it in their thigh. But if you can, it's a nice firm grasp and you'll be able to feel their heartbeat. For the respiratory rate, you need to watch their chest rise and fall. You do it for 15 seconds at a time and then you multiply by 4. You need to check their mucosal membrane, so have a look inside their mouths, round by their eyes too. Should be pinkish red, smooth and moist. If it's not, and they're not well, you need to seek help from your vet. If their gums are red and sticky, it could be a sign of heat exhaustion or dehydration. If you push on their gum, it should refill very, very quickly. and that's called their capillary refill time. It should be within 1 and 2 seconds to refill. If it's longer than that, it could indicate again that they are majorly dehydrated and possibly even going into shock. Now, obviously you will have a thick looking animal at that point, so if they are ill, that is quite a good thing to be doing for them. So the key thing is you check their coat and you check that it's glossy and how it usually is, and you check when you're out walking them as well, that when they do a poo, that it's a healthy looking poo, and if it's not, you get advice. So just make sure you are aware and you're looking out for all the sorts of signs that you would normally look out for yourself for your pet. I hope that's been useful. That's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Pets.